What it do, happy campers? Alright, on today's episode we're going to be doing a coolant change on a 2002 KLX300R. Alright, let's jump into parts and tools that we're going to need for this coolant change. For tools we're going to need a 10mm socket and a ratchet. And then we've got our engine ice high performance coolant, which came highly recommended by one of the local motorcycle shops here in town. And then we've got a funnel just in case it's finicky coming out of the bottle. That's optional. And then we've got some filtered bottled water, which we're going to run through the coolant system to flush it. And as always, guys, I got everything listed down in the description, so be sure to check out the description and be sure to check out the links. Alright, to start our coolant flush, guys, we got to take off the side panel to access the overflow reservoir. So we're going to take our 8mm socket and take this panel off. Which exposes our reservoir tank back here. Now what we need to do here is just empty out this fluid. Let's see, it looks like it's going to be 8mm for this too. So we've got a low line here where the coolant is now and a full line here. Now we're going to dump this, but once we get our coolant flush, we're going to come back and fill this reservoir up to full. Okay, so we'll leave that off for now. To access the radiator, guys, we're on the right side of the bike here, and we've got to pull off this cover here. We've got 3 8mm bolts we're going to have to take off to access the radiator. Alright, and then we got our radiator. So first step we're going to do, take off the radiator cap. And the reason why we want to pop that off is just so we can get it to flow real nice. And then we're going to come back in here and flush the system. We're going to come back and flush the system with water. Alright, now we're going to zoom in on our water pump, which is also on the right side of the bike. And right here is our drain plug, right at the bottom. And that one's going to be our 10mm. Alright, now we're going to take our filtered water, come back to the top of the radiator, and we're just going to pour in the filtered water and let it drain through the system to kind of flush it out. We can see it's still coming out green. Okay. Looks like the system's pretty much flushed. Now I'm just going to take the bike and kind of rock it back and forth just to make sure we got all of it out. Alright, looks like we got it all out, all flushed. Take our plug, put it back in, just get it nice and snug. I'll also be putting a link to the owner's manual for this bike in the description as well, so be sure to check out the descriptions. Alright, back up top. The radiator, got the cap off. We're going to go ahead and fill this guy back up. I'm only using a funnel because this stuff was bouncing out of this bottle yesterday when I did another bike. Alright, we're going to fill and then kind of move the bike a little bit. You could hear those air bubbles. Just kind of moving it to try to get the air bubbles. We'll go ahead and fill a little more. Try to work those air bubbles. Just rocking them back and forth. Alright, that looks pretty good, guys. It's all the way to the top line and the bubbles are out of it. We gave it a couple good rocks. And it looks like it's where it needs to be. We're going to go ahead and put our cap back on. Okay, back on left side here, we're going to fill up this reservoir. we are right to our full line now. You're going to want to check your coolant in the radiator after you've ridden it the first time, just to make sure all the air bubbles got out. So be sure to have a bottle or some of your coolant handy. So now we're just going to get this thing back on and install our side panel. We should be good to go. Alright y'all, that completes our tutorial on how to change the coolant on a 2002 Kawasaki KLX300R. I hope it was helpful for you. If you liked it, please give us a like and a subscribe. Also, be sure to check out the description for all the details on what we did today, and check out our links we got in there. We got a lot more videos coming up, so hope to see you on the next video. Peace!